implementing the to list with closures. Coming to the callback functions. Callback functions are used to handle the asynchronous operations. Callback functions are nothing but a function passing as an argument to another function. Let us see with an example. We have two functions, sum and display. The display function displays the data which will be passing to that function, and the sum function accepting the arguments number, num2, and a callback function. This function adds these number and num2 and storing in a variable total. See the callback function sum. Sorry, see the calling function of sum. In this calling function, we are passing the values 20 as number, 10 as num2, and the display function as the callback function to the sum. This sum function adds these 20 and 10 values and store the 30 in total. And we are calling the display function by passing the total as an argument to it. So it displays the total as data equal to 30. Now let us check the output of this code by the command nodes with assignment. Here the file name is callback function. So note is callback function. Sorry, callback. If you see, it's printing data equal to 30. Now coming to promise. Promise is also another way to handle the asynchronous operations. But promise acts like a placeholder of the value which will be available in the future. That is, promise has three states which will be pending, fulfilled, and rejected. Pending indicates the initial state of the task, and fulfilled indicates the completion of the task and the result is available. And rejected state will indicate the failure of the task by providing an error. If you observe the example, there is a function fetch user data which accepting an argument user ID and returning a promise. Promise returns result or reject. If some necessary conditions or some set of things are correct or process is completed, then we are returning a result. If any error is occurred or any failure is occurred, we are returning the result. Now see the calling function of the fetch user data. Calling function have then and catch. If the promise returns the result, the catch block will be executed. If the promise returns the result, then the then block will be executed. No, we are passing the 2 as an argument to the fetch user data. But in the promise, we are checking that user ID is 1 or not. Since the user ID is not 1, then it returns reject. So then the catch block will be executed. So now let us check what the code will be. Is no space for small promise. Not this. See, since the user ID is not 2, it resulting in an error that user not found. That means the promise returns the reject. So now check by passing the 1 as an argument and executing the same file. Since the user ID is 1, then it returns the result and the then block will be executed. In this way, the promise is working. If the promise returns the result, then block will be executed. If the promise is returning the result, then the catch block will be executed and the error will be displayed. Now coming to the async and await. Async and await is also another way of handling asynchronous operations. Asynchronous since JavaScript is a single-threaded language, the code is the default synchronous code. To change the synchronous code to asynchronous, we are using the keyword async. We use this keyword when we use await in the function. This await keyword is nothing but a keyword which makes the code to wait until the result or the result will be returning by the function. Now let us see with an example. We have two functions, fetch movie data and get movie. Coming to get movie function, in the get movie we have a variable movie title as instruction and movie data, which stores the value written by the function fetch movie data, and we're passing movie title as the argument to the fetch movie data. Now let us see this function. In this fetch movie data, we're trying to fetch URL. URL. If the fetch function returns the result, then it will execute next line. If it results an error, then the cat block returns the error as error fetching movie data and shows the error what is occurring in this. In this await keyword, you need to wait for some time until the fetch function returns error or a result. After returning a result, it executes the next line, which is the response.json. This response.json also returns a result to the data result and it is stored in the data. This data is written by the fetch movie data function. And this result is stored in the movie data in get movie function. If the movie data is not equal to null and the response is true, it shows the movie data like title, year, genre, and plot. If it returns an error, that is, if the data is empty, then it shows movie not found. Now let us check whether it is showing error or some result. Note async. Not yes. Yes. It's showing the movie details for the movie inception. Now try it with another example like variable R. Now executing the code. Now async.js. Yeah, showing the movie details about variable R. Basically, asynchronous operations. In this asynchronous operations, async keyword converts the code from synchronous to asynchronous, and await keyword makes some wait until the result is returning from the function. Now coming to the closer. Closer is nothing but nameless function have access to variables of the order function along with its local variables, and it have also access to global variables. Let us see with an example. Here we have a function closer. In that function, we have multiple functions increment, decrement, and show count. In this closer, we have a local variable count, and the count variable is initializing with 0. And in this we have function increment, which increments the value of the count and printing the value. And we have a decrement function which decrements the value which is outside the decrement function and returning the count value, and show count which will displaying the current count value. Now execute this code and see what will it return. No space. closer, closer dot yes. Yes, let me start on. Yeah. See, first we are executing the increment. So the count is incremented to 1, and again we are executing the increment. The count is incremented to 2, and now we are decrementing the count. So the count is reduced to 1, and we are displaying the count. So it's display the current count as 1, and now we are decrementing the count, and it displays the count as 0. This way the closer is executing. Now implement the to list. Since the to list is implementing with the closer, it is similar to that previous example. In this to list we have a function create to list. In this to list we have a local variable to do as a to as a list, and we have multiple functions like add to do, remove to do, list to do's, create to do's. Coming to the function add to do, accepting an argument to do and pushing this to do to the list to do's, and printing the value of the to do which is added to the to do's. Now coming to remove to do. This remove to do remove a task that is to do from the to do's list based on the index, and printing the removed to do from the list. If the index is out of the range in the list, then it prints the invalid index. Now coming to the list to do function, you print all the to dos which will be present in the list. And coming to the clear to do function, it will clear all the to dos. That means it will remove all the to dos that is task in the to dos list. Now let us see by executing this code. No space to do dot yes. See, at first we are adding a to do learn react the to dos. It's showing added learn react. Again we're adding something that is complete the project. It is also added, and now we're displaying the list of to dos. So it displays all the list that is to dos list that is learning react and complete the project which is added previously. So remove a to do from the list which index is 0. Since the index of learn react to do is 0, it will be removed and displaying removed learn react. So again we're displaying that is complete the project. Since the learn react is removed, we have only one to do that is complete the project. Again we're adding some to do that is lens flutter. After adding lens flutter,